think. Homie just on that dank like paint.
Slow down. Slow down. Hey, good morning. Can you see this? Why is my phone so dark? I don't know about that. I was just letting me know you're live.
Yeah, we live in the hive.
Can you hang it down so you ain't got to see the ceiling?
Hang it down.
Just pull it down.
You know what? I ain't gonna even do that. I ain't gonna even do that. I'm gonna do it like this. It's all good in the hood.
You're gonna drive me crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's all
The whole
good
purpose, like, you only see your face, dear.
You don't want to see nothing else, you know. They already.
Can I hold the phone?
Okay, how y'all doing? Good morning.
Hey, there's an eye. Okay. The whole purpose of buying a tripod was for you to set the phone up so that you wouldn't have to hold it. And you get impatient.
Yeah, because you already say I break a lot of stuff, so I was like, I ain't trying to break nothing else. And
I should have got up and done it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Don't ask me why my phone is so dark. So if you're watching, it looks like it's dark, but when you see it on the Lover and the Giver, it isn't dark. What's with the two fingers?
Giving them a peace sign.
Peace sign.
It,
but
peace
if you're on the
Middle
Lover
East.
and the Giver page, you should see it. It should be fine. I don't think there's anything on there. Thank you guys, whoever who is chiming in, coming in, joining the Lover and the Giver page. We appreciate you. We do.
We really do. We're really
growing in numbers. And just in case you also didn't know, we've got an entire YouTube playlist. And I'm going to post it a little bit later. I'll tag some of the people who are on here. We have an entire YouTube playlist of almost all of our videos. It's like about 50, nearly 60 of them. I didn't realize we were doing so many, but they're all on YouTube. We try to keep them, and eventually going to try to get the Lover and the Giver out there to more people. I've actually been hearing from people from other countries. Excuse me, I was eating something.
Oatmeal pie.
Huh?
Oatmeal pie.
No, I was not eating an oatmeal pie.
What was that?
That was a hamburger.
You was eating a bear hamburger?
A bear cold hamburger. I'm old school. You don't know people after the barbecue. How many of y'all remember after the barbecue the next day, food be cold, but it would taste so good. You would still smell the grill. Well, I had me an day-old grilled hamburger that was delicious. Those burgers are nice. We might have to buy them on a regular. Anyway, what are we talking about? Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. If y'all don't know, about 2 years ago, Nadia, me and Judy had a baby. And she really didn't recognize it till a year later. Now, she was pregnant, and God put her to be pregnant for 9 months. And,
is that what that
was? It was like, you was like, well, who the daddy is? Who the daddy? And all of that stuff.
No, this is a story.
No, that don't make no sense.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It wouldn't make no sense. But anyway, thank you for
Pastor Moore,
contributing to our baby. Me and Judy have a baby, and I couldn't. My sperm wasn't working.
I don't know. Wait a minute. We're not talking about any of that.
Just let me talk.
No, I don't want
my
to hear
sperm wasn't working.
We're not talking about that.
I know we're not, but if you let me finish. Okay, well, go ahead.
I don't know where you're going with your sperm ain't working, because I'm ill. Nobody want to hear about that.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Okay, well, you talk about having a baby.
Yeah. Thank you for contributing to our baby this past weekend.
And if you didn't
Saturday.
know, he went off on a tangent with sperm. We talking about single saving.
Yeah, I was trying to.
We're talking about the CLE, the Christian Lounge experience. We're talking about the thing that we're both very passionate about, which is providing clean, wonderful entertainment and a place for people to gather where there's no judgment, but at the same time, no pressure. We are really passionate about that. So he's calling it our baby. I came into it, 2 years ago, not knowing that I was going to have a baby.
One.
I met you 2 years ago.
1 year.
I met you 2 years ago. And what was our first thing outside of your barbecue was I came to a Single Saved and Serious event. Did I not?
Yeah.
Ah.
So how long I've been doing it? 3 years? No. 2.5 years?
You've been doing it at this stage
Two
of
and
the
a
game.
half years.
2.5 years because you started
Okay,
in
I
the
got
beginning
you.
of
That makes
2015.
sense. That makes sense.
And I came in at, yeah, you getting up there, boo.
April. I came in and I did it at April.
April.
I
You
was
started in
started
April, May, June, July, August. I came on 4 months later. And then
Hey, God, something else.
the first time I went to one of your events was either September or October.
Yeah.
And then I was on the bandwagon from that point. I was like, oh, yeah, we can run this until the wheels come off. Because I just believe in it. I believe that, you know, yes, we're married, but I believe single people don't have enough positive things to go to. You know, they don't. I don't care what you say. You turn on your television, you turn on the radio. You don't. And life is longer than 2 hours on Sunday.
Social media.
Social media. I know so many people who have shut down their account. I'll be back, take a month off, sabbatical, fasting. They call it everything. Fasting from Facebook. You know, so social media is even a drain on the single person's mind. Every 5 minutes there's a video about what, especially you single women, ought to be doing. Who doesn't want to get tired? So I got excited because as a single woman at the time, I was like, oh yeah, I need someplace to go. I've been a single parent. I had worked at home, so that even made it worse. I was really not getting out. And, you know, I adopted the baby. I was like, yeah, this is my baby too now. I'm a baby mama. And, but this weekend,
go ahead.
I don't know what you're doing.
Oh,
Good thing the people on Love a Giver page can't figure that out. They'd be like, what are you talking about? Why she paused? Stop shaking the camera. Anyway, this last weekend, we did something that literally, when did we have this idea? It was last year.
Yeah.
It was last year, the beginning of summer, middle of summer. We wanted to do a community event. And I was like, we're not big enough. We don't know enough people. I don't even know where we would have it. And at that time, I think we were in the midst of doing a lot of the documentaries. So it was not that easy to say, okay, we're now going to pull off. And yet we did. We pulled off, what, in about 2 months? Mm-hmm. Was it even 2 months of planning? We pulled off our first event.
Well, had to be.
It couldn't be that long because, to be honest with you, we didn't move in here till June.
June or July.
Yeah, we didn't move in here till June.
So it was July.
And
wow.
Right, we talked to her in August, and it was happening in September.
Also, Stacey, real quick.
What'd she say?
Did you check your voicemail?
No, I haven't. Not yet for the morning. I've been trying to figure out whether I'm going to be picking up children, and I'm kind of a little under the weather or feeling the weather, whichever, because I can be a weather vane. I will get to it. I will.
Please do.
Okay.
Okay. And I will make sure that she gets to it, Stacey. Okay.
Probably got about 15 messages on that.
But is that the voicemail from the other day? You remember?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But anyway, I will look again. So anyway, we did this thing, and we went to different friends, different people we knew in the community, businesses, and we're going to get into a subtopic.
Wait a minute. Go back to July. Go back to July.
Okay, July.
You know, when we first went in here and we saw what was going on. And, you know, we wanted to do it on my birthday. I wanted to throw a big block party on my birthday. But they already had the Grill Heights community thing going on Labor Day. So we wasn't able to do it. So what happened was we rearranged and told them we'd do it the next week. So that's what happened. So basically we did it like the next week. Now, plan that I had to plan for my birthday, of course. I had to plan, you know, who was coming on my birthday. It was, you know, putting everything together. Keep putting everything together for my birthday. So, of course, it was a back-to-back type event.
We had a bunch of events.
Yeah, everything was back to back to back.
The Gospel Hip Hop Open House. We were doing our last events in Concord. And then we had this. And literally, it was, as soon as you finish one, just don't even stop running. Just keep on going to the next one. Thank you so much, honey. I think I saw it come in on the day of the event. I'm still going, and we're going to talk about why I'm still going. So, Craig did a lot of the background work. I have to tell everybody, Craig did a lot of the background work of coordinating who was donating, who was coming in. I mean, like I said, he knows everybody here in Charlotte anyway. That's the way I feel like it. He knows everybody. But people showed up. Now, did our neighborhood show up? Not very much. But can I tell you, we weren't worried about that because we knew we'd only been here 4 months. They don't know who we are. And we live in that kind of community where, hey, people come breezing through here all the time talking about what they're going to do. So we know that this was just our introduction. Our introduction. We also made a very good ally and friend in Gloria Green, who's the director of the Greer Heights Community Center. That was important because these are the people who keep the history of Greer Heights. These are the people who have such a positive outlook and plan for Greer Heights. And so that was a perfect partnership, connection, collaboration. And, first on my list, if you haven't already seen my list of credits to thank everybody, first on my list was Greer Heights Community Center and Miss Gloria Green. They helped in so many different ways. From sweet tea to her laptop. Okay. She literally gave me the keys to the building.
Yeah.
And that was just overwhelming to me because you don't know me from Adam or Eve. We've only been here 3 and 4 months. And you're saying, hey, I'll give you the keys and you lock up. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And I guess she saw how nervous I was. And I just realized that, I'm going to be outside. I'm going to be everywhere. I didn't want to take on that whole responsibility. If we were all, inside, I would have done that. But just knowing that that's the welcome. Listen, people, I'm going to be real. I lived in South Park for 7 years. Stone Haven. And beautiful neighborhood. Gorgeous buildings. Gorgeous people. I couldn't get that much unity in that community. They have a community association there that I was actually on the board. And depending on who you talk to, we don't want to be part of that because we don't want to be associated with that area. It's 2 blocks from you. You need to go ahead and be associated. No, you can't talk to them. You can't hand out flyers to this. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And we are here 4 months, not talking, excuse me, I'm holding the other phone wrong. 7 years. We're here 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like carte blanche, gate open, here you go. Then on top of that, all the people that came out. Okay, how are we going to start? Who do you want to start with? Thanking.
Well, EK&T Catering,
okay.
Of course.
Mama EK and T
Mama
Catering.
EK&T Catering. If y'all like the Love and the Giver page, if y'all on the Love and the Giver page, make sure that that y'all link
Mama
up to what they're doing.
She showed out like I don't know what. This woman bought 3 pans of macaroni and cheese, 3 pans of some of the best beans outside of mine now. 3 pans of beans. They were excellent. And 3 pans of what? What was it? Oh, pasta salad. And I mean, I have gallon bags of this stuff because she basically said, this is all for you guys. It's for you. And so not only did we feed the people that were there until they wanted no more, we are now even helping people in the midst of this storm from Mama E. Her food is excellent. She right now, I don't know of anybody else that I would want to cater right now. We're going to get her some paying gigs because she literally donated all of that food, everything. And that was amazing to me. That was the first time I met her. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to get you some paying gigs.
Can I tell them what I told you?
What did you tell me?
You remember what I told you yesterday? About the vision, her vision for me, about the pair's vision for me.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, you did tell me about that.
Yeah, you want me to tell them?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, Mama E always wanted to be my my son-in-law, and her daughter was sort of stubborn and didn't have any. She was just stubborn, just say that. And so what happened? Mama E always tried to convince her daughter that I was the guy. I was that guy. I was Mr. Excitement. But the daughter didn't listen. So the next thing you know, I got scooped up, years ago from my first marriage and then went on to my second marriage. But the point is, we'll talk about that later because we don't have enough level. But she has so much love for me and I have so much love for her.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah, so,
She gives the warmest hugs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, then we
from
had
Elizabeth City.
Keisha from Nene's
Yeah,
Daycare.
Nene Daycare.
Okay,
yeah.
and this is one of the biggest things we wanted to talk about. The people who donated to this event were not big old corporations. They weren't. Not saying that we didn't try to go to them or they may not
We
have
tried to go to
responded to them if if they had more time. But we're talking about small business here. We're talking, everybody wanted to talk about it's a dog-eat-dog world and nobody supports. Keisha made a pan of macaroni and cheese that I almost didn't want to share. I was
She
like,
better after all that money we spent on
you know
her.
what? She was raising money for her children for their end of the summer camp program, and I was glad to contribute. So, she made, okay, then said, here's a table, take the table. I said, I'm going to have to get the table back to you. Don't worry, you're good. Whenever you get it back to me. So I'm sort of like, small businesses, people, they have the biggest hearts. They have the hugest hearts. I mean, who else? Tim Degree of 360 Lounge.
Ray of McBoney's.
Ray of McBoney's. I mean, these are small established.
Tyler and Trail of...
Tyler and Trail Biggins of Nine Round in Harrisburg. They literally, they just opened that thing.
Who, 9 Rounds?
Nine Round.
A whole year.
We're not yet a 501c3. That is one of the reasons we're taking a break because we're about to get that paperwork processed.
Yeah,
so
she wants us to take a break for a while, and with her being my wife, I got to be respectful because half of y'all people from social media don't want to show up because you're too busy big booty watching and booty popping and all types of stuff.
The
and
people on here don't, they don't watch no booties, the ones on here that
I bet you they do.
Okay, we're not worried about that. The one or two that may, we're not worried about that. Anyway.
Hold on.
What?
If I need to help you, I can do it.
Okay. Well, I need you to finish up this paperwork because I have been back and forth, but we're also taking a break so we can get up with the fee because I know there's a free.
I know where I am.
You know where I am. She probably messed you know where I am. I know where you are. We got you. And I would be happy because guess who's going to be sitting on the board? You. Yes, you will be one of the board of directors. It's going to be a small board, but definitely I need your expertise. I need your mindset. I need that attitude that you don't give up. I need that, Stacy.
You know what, though? What? I'll rock with Stacy. I'll rock with Stacy. So, yeah.
You're going to be on the board. The thing of it is that this was small business. People who are not on, your television show with So in the morning, they're not on there. They just get up every day and do what they're supposed to do and provide a service or a product or a venue or a place. And these people were like, sure, when can you come and get it? Sure, when can you do this? I'll have it ready for you by the morning. Like I said, Tyler and Patrice, they just began their business not even a whole year ago. And they came out and donated and stayed. So I'm sitting here thanking people because everybody's like, well, you got to go after these big corporations and you got to go. No, you don't. You just have to be friendly and make some good friends, okay? Make some friends. It wasn't about that you gave me 5,000 this. Tim Degree took out of his store and handed us what he could.
Out of 360
Out of his own 360 Lounge refrigerator, okay? This is what we're talking about. And I know some of these people are still in that day-to-day struggle to keep those businesses alive as well as their home. We had a very good friend on yesterday. She's just a typing today. Yesterday night, who put up a video. What is she saying? Because I can't see.
Don't forget to send me a thank you card. But go ahead, you had a very
You don't
good
need
friend.
to fill. We need a name in the bottles. Don't worry about it. I got you. We're gonna talk. She put up a video last night, and she just She just kind of broke down to talk about the struggle that she's been in for the last, 3 years? 2014, I think she
Kamisha.
And
She's
she
been doing
talked
this
about
since 2010, 2014. She became a
a
nonprofit.
nonprofit.
Yeah.
So for, what is that, 4 years, she did it out of her doggone pocket and still doing it mostly out of her pocket. And she just talked about the lack of support, which we're trying to even get away from that subject. But to hear somebody say what we said, okay, to hear somebody say what we've been saying, near tears over it, was amazing. And I just said, you know what? We've tried to come out and support. We haven't been able to sit down at her place because they usually conflict with an event that we got going on. But Kamisha Ibram of Diva and Me Productions, what did she say? Oh,
Diva and Me Productions is a organization that helps children and adults supply their dreams, which means, you know, they try to give actors, and if you're an inspiring actor, if you're an inspiring actress, if you're
an
just an
inspiring
inspiring author,
Yeah, she's helped
whatever
produce children's
dreams that you have,
books and different
yeah,
things like that. Yeah,
music, you know, she provides all of that
all of that.
in order for you to secure your vision and your dreams. And what she was saying was, you know, a lot of people, which we do, we do it too. A lot of times, Judy don't like the word support, but a lot of times we support so many big businesses and so many big organizations
Huge people that are
that
getting
don't
million
even
dollars.
think about us.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what she was saying. She poured from her heart. I shared it last night, but she was like,
it was really,
they never
really
even
emotional.
they never even think about us, and we still support them. But some of these small businesses and small organizations come to you and ask you for stuff, and you don't pay them any attention.
And you know,
Look,
she's out here.
Let me give you an example. You know, y'all watch that trap rap mumbo jumbo stuff, and you know, Future and
Not everybody
Migos
does,
and
but
all of
everybody-
that.
go ahead.
Migos and all of that. Not everybody does, but the people who, I bet you the people on here does. But they sit there and they watch Migos and all of them with their tight pants on and dresses and all types of stuff. And the next thing you know, you got Mr. Dark Eye, you got Trino Ricci, you got, you know, all of these artists out here that are doing things. I'll just say Kurt Gowdy. Even though Kurt Gowdy put out Pistols and Smoke His Reefer, he's still trying to make it in music. You got Damien, I forgot, Gutter. You got all of these artists, Mr. Woods, who was just on here earlier, Just K, who?
Diallo.
Yeah, Mr. Woods is Diallo. Yeah, Mr. Woods. Who else? You got DJ Magic. You got all of these people out here that's trying to make it and coming to you and, you know, talking to you and things like that, but you don't pay them attention. But you'll pay Jay-Z some attention. You'll pay 50 Cent some attention. Who will come down here? Yeah, they'll come down here to promote their album, but they're not giving you no more than an hour and a half, and you spending $200 to see them. Yeah, they'll spend $200 to $300. When are our people going? They'll spend $200 to $300 to see Jay-Z perform, but won't spend $10 or $20 to see Trino perform. You know what I'm saying? And some of these be his homies. Some could be like his right-hand man or whatever, but they don't do it. They'll go see a Jay-Z, right? Mm-hmm. Or they'll go see a Puff Daddy or whatever, right? But they won't come to none of our free events that come outside our pocket. You know, so that's basically what she was talking about.
Kamisha was telling that she has been going through quite a bit with it, where she, you know, for years she's given up her vacation fund to put into her business. So it was just kind of interesting to hear someone, because we're trying to get off of that bandwagon of saying, you know, lack of support. And so literally when I'm getting my mind and his mind off of it, she comes on in, I mean, near tears. just talking about, you just answering and talking. Go ahead and answer. I don't know what she's saying.
No, because she says, "Do y'all have worship dances?" We have everything.
We have
And
everything.
then she said, "What I really want to address: work with churches to get dance worships." That's the thing. I'll get on that later. Judy, can I get on it?
We'll talk on it later because I want to get to the thank yous.
Go
I don't
ahead,
want to totally come off. I mean,
Churches are
we
too
come
quick
off.
to shoot,
We
yeah.
know we come off topic on a regular.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was interesting to hear her say all of that, and then basically it was sort of like, we're going to continue to do in some ways what we do, which is we do support a lot of small business. And I'm even going to make the emphasis. We support a lot of African American small business. We live in the South. We know that it's difficult. There's a level of privilege in Charlotte that is thick. And so we do support a lot. If you look at our venues, if you look at our caterer, if you look at the list of people I had on that thank you, you know what I'm saying? It is African American people. So we are bucking the trend. We are bucking the stereotype. We are going against the grain and saying there is unity. There is support. The Bible says, call those things that be not as though they are. There is support in Charlotte. There is unity in Charlotte. There are people who are working to strengthen small businesses and give people an option. We've been doing it for years. Every venue, every single venue. Mostly all of our performers, if not all of our performers. And it's not that we go around saying we're going to exclude anybody, because we will talk and walk and speak and support anybody. But the thing of it is that we have a kingdom message, and we know that's not always that popular in the secular world. We were turned down from a festival because we will not tone down our message. We will not take Jesus Christ out of our music. We will not say Spirit instead of saying Holy Spirit. So we were turned down to participate in an upcoming festival. We realize we're up against that, but we believe that there is unity. We believe in supporting small businesses. Name some other people. GJ Magic. Enough Said, the ultimate host. Precious Pauling, who every time that woman opens her mouth, she makes me want to I get chills and I want to cry because her stuff is so heartfelt. Her stuff is so real about you've got to learn to love you. Before you can love anybody else, before you can do anything else, you have to be motivated to love yourself. And she has made it an entire business around that. Her and her husband do Facebook Lives. So we had some great people. And how I know they were great people? Because I saw business cards going and telephone numbers and where are you on Facebook? So I know we bring good people. And usually people who I've never heard of this person before. Where did you know them? How did you know them? Because God keeps my mind open to who has a message that needs to be, promoted and put forward. And we don't go to the regular trotting out the same old. Half the time we're trotting out people nobody's heard of before. And I believe God has given us a gift to do that. The biggest thing, let me see, did I leave out anybody? Because I really don't want to leave out anybody.
I mean, you said the people that
Tanya
Rivens came
Tanya Rivens of, 103.3?
Yeah,
Streets Radio.
She over everything.
She over so many different things. She came out.
103.3, she worked for 101.9 back in the day. Mm-hmm. She's a radio legend here in Charlotte.
Yep.
And the inspirational, way before anybody that was doing it, she was doing it always on the inspirational end of things. So she came through, showed her love, saw what we were doing, and she was
we can't leave out
impressed.
Pat Kenzie, who is our city council member for that district. Now listen, I was told by all sorts of political people, we're going to be there, we're going to come through, we're going to... She came, spoke to the people, and hugged us and said, guys, keep doing what you're doing. Keep going. I love it. Okay, Pat Kenzie.
And not only that, me and Judy talked about this last night, and I wanted to talk about it, but she don't like to talk about mix the political thing with Christianity. But only thing I was saying was a lot of politicians probably didn't come because it was faith-based. It's a faith-based organization. So they probably didn't come because they didn't want to be seen on
as
camera
as
endorsing faith-based. But this woman still came through.
She did.
To show support and show love. So if I put my foot in the stands, I'm voting for her and eliminating everybody else. I just tell them that I'm just voting for her. That's all I'm going to do, because a lot of people don't have that type of heart to come up and say, yes, I believe in Jesus. Yes, I love Jesus, because they're really not faith-based. You know what I'm saying? They're really not. To me, like from me on the outside looking in, you really don't have no faith. Because if God wants you to be in that seat, you're going to be in that seat. Regardless of what somebody's opinion is or what somebody's vote is, God can rearrange everything. So if he feels that you need to be in that seat, you're going to be in that seat. If he has something better planned for you, he has something better planned for you, and you have to look at that. No matter how long that it takes, it might take a long time. You might have to be fulfilled to be in position. You might have to get ready to be in position.
Amen.
But you will be somewhere where he wants you to be. So that's why if I was to be in that place, I'd vote for that woman. Because a lot of people are afraid to mix in with faith-based. They'll go listen to some Migos at a block party and yell and scream, and even churches do that. Churches even make it to where they playing secular devilish music in order for people to come out to support them. You know what I'm saying? So the politicians will go to churches that's playing secular and doing secular things, so that therefore they feel that they can fit in. But that ain't the type of God we serve.
No.
That ain't the type of God that we serve.
Who else came out? Sheriff Erwin Carmichael of the Sheriff's Department. And stood there, shook our hands, gave us his card. He said, you guys are doing a good thing. We appreciate that you're here in this community. Okay? We don't sugarcoat anything. Greer Heights does have some issues, and he's happy to see us as a force, as an organization here in the community. And I'm like, okay, we just got here. We haven't even been here 6 months. And we're showing up and saying, this is what we do. You're not going to have 50 million people, police cars, patrolling our events. You're not going to have that. You're not going to have police on bicycles. You're not going to have unmarked cars. You're not going to have that, because the kind of event that we throw, and we throw them in public for that very reason, is going to bring out a certain vibe, spirit, whatever, that is not about violence. It's not about escalation. We're about love, unity, peace, and we're about God. And so this, to get his handshake, and I mean sturdy handshake. Then we had the CMPD officers who came through. Okay, they stopped in after an event they had in the morning. They told us that we're going to stop through. I said, that's fine. But guess what? We didn't have to have a police presence. They didn't have to park up the street and down the road and let's see who coming through. Not for our events. So then we can let our children run free through the park. We ain't got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying?
God is in the atmosphere.
We're in when we come, we bring that atmosphere, and we specifically do it in public places, so that we bring a specific atmosphere to it.
And I think people see that
throughout
social media.
They're starting to see it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm out, a lot of people give up on Facebook, and that's what she was saying about the singles earlier. But I'm going to keep posting. I'm going to keep posting. I'm going to keep posting.
We are not going anywhere.
Because some of y'all need to get the devil out of you, but I'm a
Yeah, don't go into that. That's a whole lot. I'm trying to make sure I thank everybody. Let me see if I left anybody else. We got Nene. We got all of our friends and family. Connie Brown, your mama. Priscilla Cole.
Oh, yeah, wait. Barbara Moses. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
My
you
Aunt
got
Barbara Moses heard.
came. The
Yeah,
neighbors from Gritton
but she
Square.
also donated. She also
She
contributed.
donated and
Went out
contributed.
of her way to contribute.
Okay.
Y'all, we got food for days. We got food
No,
for
we're going to be
years.
giving away. I've already given away to one neighbor. I got another neighbor on the other side. I've got a woman who lives by herself, uses a wheelchair full time. I've got stuff that I'm taking to her. Oh, this is not for us to get any. I don't need to be any plumper. So the food is going. And I mean, if the weather wasn't turning cuckoo, we would just be like, come on, until it's gone. We've already helped another bunch of people who had a family. Remember, come up from Florida.
Yeah, come up from Texas
From
or something.
Florida. Okay, hey guys, we're back. We had a brief intermission, but anyway, what was I saying? I was saying how we've helped a family
Of
that
eight.
of
Family
eight
of eight that
that's
came
come
down
that's
from
come
Charlotte.
out of the path of Hurricane Irma, and they're here in Charlotte, and we were able to donate some food and get some food to them. So this is not about we hoarding food. In fact, I have just made a contact, and again, I don't give out names, but I do say the person obviously works for Panera Bread. I'm going to be able to now distribute any kind of bread products, everything from bagels to sweet rolls to loaves of bread. That's our goal, is to be seen as a positive force in the community for singles and families, because singles are not just, good morning Tanisha, singles are not just in the world by themselves. They're part of families. We've got a lot of single parents. It's important that they feel connected and supported. And so we're going to keep doing.
You just brought a single lady by, and I know that she's looking for connections here in Charlotte because she's sick of going out and hearing that mumbo jumbo herself.
People are tired.
Yeah, people are
They're
tired.
like, at first they're enamored by the whole, let's go to the club and it's so good and blah, 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 blah. And they get in there, and after a while, like one of the guys one time said at our event, he said, you get tired. You're standing around looking at the same people.
Hold on.
What?
United Coalition for People with
Disabilities.
Disabilities, North Carolina, just shared your
video. Thank you guys. Thank you very, very much.
You know who they are? Huh?
That may be Stacy and one of our groups that we belong to.
Amen. Hallelujah.
We are here in the community, and part of the nonprofit, it basically, and I'll be brief about this, we're taking my idea for a nonprofit to help people with disabilities, merging it with what Single Saved and Serious does in the community, and so that we can provide these things free, as well as get the disabled community out of their homes sometimes into the community. We'll be able to do a whole lot more things. Making it mobile. I'm cutting off my face, but that's okay.
We unedited, y'all.
I know completely. So this is our goal, and we are just more empowered by what happened. People are going to say, the large crowd. How do you expect to have a large crowd in a neighborhood you've only been in 4 months?
But you know what?
Literally,
yeah.
I just expected to make a noise, to say we are here. We're here, and we're not going anywhere because we live here. And so my goal was the people who were there had a great time. They had a free meal. They had, we had a blip with our DJ with some, technical difficulties, as they call it. And then for 2 hours, the music was fantastic. The music was blasting and fantastic. And on top of that, literally, people, my eyes were open to how much my husband has grown as what we call him, Kingdom Party host. He has grown. A year ago, we used to be looking for people to host the CLE, looking for people to introduce and host it. He now has come into his own, and we are ready for him to start doing kingdom parties. We call them kingdom parties because the idea is what we do, which is bring the gospel, get you up out of your seat, get you stopped from being complacent. And I heard that on the radio while I was driving down 695 or whatever it was. Did I say 695? 485 or 85. 695 is from Baltimore, people who might be on here. We're saying, hey, come ready to have a great time with the Lord, with other believers. It doesn't have to all be the people from the same church. We are a body of believers. And when we really get that in our head, we can enjoy ourselves. And so I saw him for 2 hours get the people there that were motivated, moving, having a good time. And so my thing is, I'm ready to say, look, hon, time to step out. Time to step out into your calling. You know, God has called you to do this. What was it that God told you?
Well,
What did he tell you?
It depends
About,
on what time.
I know, right?
When.
Well, because God's been talking to you more and more.
Mm-hmm.
But when God said that you're going to still be able to be Mr. Excitement, you're still going to be
you're
able to
talking
have
about this
a party.
morning. That was this morning.
That was way back. You told me that before.
Yeah, I'm still Mr. Excitement, people. You can't change. I'm just a godly Mr. Excitement.
Yes, he said you're going to have to do it for me.
You're going to have to, okay. So you're putting the two within one. I got
Did
you.
I?
Yeah, because God said you could always be a performer, you could always be a host, you could always be an entertainer. So that's what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to have to do it my way. You're going to be there, but you're going to have to do it my way. And I'm ready, God, obviously. You know, I coordinate events. I put events together. So if you need an event planner, call on me.
No, you know, he's smiling at me because, you know, I'm part of the team. Whether I like it or not, no. I'm part of the team. And yes, we do. We can put together events. We have great venues. We have wonderful people that we can call on. We have great music, bands, performers, different things like that. DJs.
Yeah, call on us.
The goal is that
movement.
we're going to, the goal had been even this year to make the CLE mobile. And we really didn't get to it. We still stayed home most of the time. But now I'm like, look, he can lead it. He can do it. There isn't anybody out there doing what he does. We've got friends. We got, as we call them, dope friends. We got some really dope friends. But he is forging his own style that I don't see anybody else doing. And that's working with that DJ to get the crowd going for God. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm accustomed to going somewhere, hey, where all my single ladies at? Hey, where my people at? Oh.
No, but let me explain something. And I know some of you talking about, he just being arrogant. And is it about him or is it about God? It is about God.
Through
and
him.
God gave me that idea.
I'm going to be real. It's about God through him because you know what? God is a spirit, but you see the man. And if the man comes in the spirit of God and says, hey, I'm here, we're not, let's not sit here and talk about apples and oranges when it really is about God. It's about God through the person. We're supposed to be lights, living testimonies. We're supposed to be somebody that people can see is different from the rest of the world. So yes, it's about God, but it's also about the transformation that is going on in this man's life, where he is who he's always been, which is a performer, a person of excitement, a person who likes a good party. And now he does it for God. And for the whole year that we've been doing the CLE, because it has been over a year now, and the whole 6 months that we were out in Concord, perfecting and getting better and getting comfortable. He's ready.
But see, they might be saying, Judy.
What might they be saying?
They might be saying, you remember the talk this morning and yesterday morning about how people are hyping certain people up and making them feel that they can come out and do and perform anything. Mm-hmm. Well, they might be saying these people on here, because they are social media and half of them ain't seen me perform or anything, right? So they might be saying, Judy gassing that man up and making him feel that he the stuff and all types of things like that. They hyping him up.
Let me tell you something. Our cameras are crooked here. Straighten us out a little bit.
Nobody's doing it.
But let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
If you don't already know me, I don't gas anybody. I'm a nurturer, but I don't talk to some of my friends. I am truth unvarnished. Stacy said it, that I wouldn't be even good in politics because I'm too honest. I can be brutal. I have a friend, Nia. Nia called me up and said, Judy, I got to ask you a question, but can you just be gentle with those words? Can you just please don't go up one side and come down the other? Just be gentle, be gentle. And I'll be like, okay, let me rein in the horses and the stallions because I want to run. So I'm not the kind of person to gas anybody. I'm going to tell you got a skill. I'm going to tell you got a weakness. I'm going to tell you, let's see how we can strengthen the strengths and minimize the weaknesses. Let's get there. So no, I'm not sitting there saying that everything this man does is great. In fact, we even talked about before we did this community event, he wanted to do this last year. And what did I say? No, we're not big enough. You're not ready. Nobody's ready. So it was a whole year before I said, yeah, I think you can do it.
And now I really got to listen to you because I'm married to you. I could have done it last year. But we did it at the right time.
It was the right time with the right people, with the right connect. And it brought out something in us. You're leaning. There you go. It brought out something in us and in the respect that we got from our community. That's very important to us. It's very important. So everything in God's timing, but trust and believe. I'm not one. I'm a planner. I'm an administrator. I take calculated risks, not foolhardy ones. I don't throw my money all over the place. Trust and believe. I'm an accountant's daughter. Okay, I know how to look at that balance sheet. I know how to look at that ledger and say no. I have no problem doing that. Okay, and he knows me. I'm a nurturer, not a spoiler. So I'm not here to puff your head up and make you feel like, oh, I'm big and bad and I can do anything. When something sucks, I'm going to tell you that sucks. That was terrible. What did I tell you the other day? You did a video and I wrote on it, take it down. I will tell him, take it down. That's not going in the right direction. Nope. You know, we had this conversation about we're going to stop talking about who don't support us.
Like LaShonda. LaShonda in church all the time and she didn't show up at one event. And LaShonda was my teenage crush back in the day. It was about 13 or 14
what? Did you
years
date
old.
everybody in Charlotte?
No,
He's dated everybody.
I ain't never date her.
Okay, I'll be nice.
But I remember.
Because I got to hear about the old girlfriends and the crushes.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
When me, Candy, and LaShonda was on the phone, R.I.P. Candy, we love you. And Candy called Shonda on three-way. And that was when my voice deep. I'm writing about that right now when my voice got deeper. And Shonda went crazy. Oh, he sound good. Oh, he sound good. I bet you don't remember that. But you ain't come to one of it. But
he remembers everything. But I don't know what I was talking about before you had to talk about
her cousin was my girlfriend, though.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, her cousin.
Man, don't dated everybody.
She married now. I believe she married now.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Some of these people have moved on.
Well, yeah, they should have
went through people like it was the field. I'm like, what in the world?
No, I ain't never.
You were a hot doggone mess when you were younger. That's the problem.
I've never put no whammy in a mammy or nothing like that.
Mess. That was, still now that you married.
That was a 2-week relationship.
What did I tell people? I got the frying pan and the rolling pin ministry. I sure will come after you in a heartbeat.
Look at LaShonda got on now, but on blast.
You know he don't put you on blast.
Yep.
Terrible. But anyway, we are in that position now where we're talking about that, you know, Single, Saved, and Serious has truly grown to the next level. It really has. It is our singles. We're bringing that back. You know, that's why we're taking a break, because there's some things we want to do really, really with excellence.
No, the things you want to do. Not me. Just say it. Just say, I want to take a break. I need to take a rest. Go ahead.
We need to take a rest.
No, not we. Say you.
No,
not
we.
No.
Single, Saved, and Serious needs to take a rest.
Okay.
Because you, as Mr. Party Kingdom Party host, need to grow that part of your career. You need to focus on that. I told him I'm not.
Well, I ain't going to debate about it because she.
Because I have so many other ideas. But the thing of it is that we needed to stop doing what we were doing, which was throwing events out there. Now they're going to be a little bit better curated. You're going to go out and be doing events that may not. You just may be party host. Period. Party host. Period.
I don't want to listen to that garbage. I swear.
Listen,
I don't want to.
I'm not talking about that.
Go ahead.
Did I leave off the kingdom? Kingdom party host.
Yeah,
Kingdom
you said you'll be just be a party host.
You're gonna be that, because basically, I need you to just go ahead and do this and walk in what God told you to do. God gave you a commission where you always saying to me, Judy, maybe God's telling us we should get our own building. Well, we can't get there doing what we're doing, so we intend to get there. Mm-hmm. We intend to get there. So whether you like it or not, for your own good, we're taking a break. Our next event after September 23rd, we do have September 23rd, and
I bet you whoever liked that you really want us to take a break, don't you better have showed up at one event. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna investigate who liking that button. You better have shown up at one event.
You know, you're so
crazy. I'm putting you on blast.
Anyway, Our next event is September 23rd. That's the second Gospel Hip Hop Open House. I think that's going to be off the chain. And then we are silent until December. We don't have the date yet.
October?
We're not doing October.
Okay.
We're not doing October.
Okay.
Nope. Because we need to take a break. And my thing is, we're going to come out as excellent here. We're going to come out doing some things. Is that Stacey Blackman? Who we're going to come out doing some things.
You notice he don't never say nothing. He always say Stacey Blackman is live with you. Stacey Blackman told me at the Funk Fest that he don't get into the religion and he don't get into politics on Facebook and stuff like that. So that's why he stays back.
Listen, I don't judge people. When it comes to Single, Saved, and Serious, I don't judge people. If I don't see you, I don't see you. When I do see you, I love on you and give you time. Again, we were at this event, our community event, and someone, like I said, I'm not naming names, told me all about their personal business. And basically, that person needed a listening ear. And that's what I was. And so I see how God is using our events for people to come and say, Judy, can I talk to you for a minute? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Now, it used to bother me, like, she always off on some corner talking to people. But they've come to me, and God has laid it on their heart to say, this person you can trust and share. She ain't going to have your business in the street. She ain't even going to tell half the people. She ain't going to tell anybody. You know what I'm saying? And basically, she is an ear, a praying person, and she's here for you. That's what I've been getting from these events. And so basically, we're going to keep on doing events. We're never going to stop doing events. We're just taking a break right now. So 2018, you think about it, we're in the bottom quarter of the year, Bottom quarter, October, November, December coming up. Bottom quarter, baby. The next year we're in it. We're planning for 2018. This baby is not going anywhere. In fact, it's no longer a baby. Now it's toddling, starting to walk on his own and run. Okay. And we're about to be bigger and better. And I don't mean that like the way you hear it. I mean the fact that we're going to be focused on things that we know are successful. Our documentary, our single parent forum, our Holy Day Red Party. Okay. Our panel discussions. Those are the things that and our CLE. And now you're going to be this Kingdom Party host because nobody does it better.
Ain't nobody ever thought about it, really, if you really look at it.
I mean, from what I know and I'm not saying I'm everywhere because we're not everywhere. We're out of here in Charlotte. But I'm saying when I see what you do and you do it for the kingdom, you take what you learned through your secular life, through the life before Christ, and you bring those skills and those talents, and you lay them at the altar for God.
But that's what I'm saying. Nobody has a Kingdom Party host. If you look at it, look at the churches, for instance, right? The churches do things within their church. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they bring, of course, the church members bring their friends and their families to that church. Mm-hmm. Nobody puts all churches together or people together, even people who might not even rock with God on an ordinary basis, and makes things happen to where people could really listen to God and really party off God. Nobody really dances the gospel music because, I don't know about the North. And, of course, you could talk about what goes on in New York and all of that stuff. But we here in North Carolina, we here in Charlotte. And nobody really in Charlotte or surrounding areas thinks like that because a lot of them say they're free from slavery, but they have a slave mentality.
Well, what did I talk the other day about tradition? Some people are so accustomed to doing things a certain way. And so when
that's the way my mama raised me. Well, your mama ain't do a good job.
And my grandmother and the blah, 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 blah. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with the history. I support knowing your history, knowing where you came from, but I'm also about innovation. And when I see a new thing, I take a look at it and say, where are we going? I saw this funny post yesterday. I'm going to tell you all about it. They took some kids that are obviously under the age of 12. It looked like the oldest one might have been 12. Okay? And they gave them a cassette tape. You know what I'm talking about. A cassette tape. Okay? Look on my timeline, it's there. Somebody tagged me with the video. And these kids were trying to figure out, with the cassette tape now, where do you plug in the headphones? How do you hear the music? Okay, they're sitting there rattling the thing. Then the little boy pulls out a little bit of the tape and he says, "Oh, I think I broke it, but I think I can put it back." What? Maybe you look through it and you can see music videos through the little holes of the cassette tape. And I'm sitting there looking at these kids in horror. I'm like, are you kidding me? That was my whole childhood, with some doggone cassette tapes. I was there when the CD player, what was it? The Walkman came out. I was there when the Walkman came out. So I'm sitting there saying, if we were to be as closed-minded, we'd still be using some doggone cassette tapes. We cannot allow our minds to be closed like this. Single, Saved, and Serious is a new baby. It's new on the block. Y'all don't know anything about it. The CLE, the Christian Lounge Experience, is big. It's a big idea. Yes, other people have done it. We've got a very good friend, Terrence Hawes, who does it all the time at the Spot in South Carolina. We love him. So the point of the matter is you're looking at something new. And you can either embrace and get on it and be like, you know what, these people are doing a good thing. Now, if we were out here trap rapping and cussing on there, I mean, look, when you got to get to trap yoga, there's a problem, okay? There's a problem when you want to be cussing at me at the yoga class. That ain't happening. So here we are bringing you some clean stuff, some good stuff, some motivating, inspirational, uplifting things. And but that's not the way we've done it. We've never danced to a gospel song.
Stacy said it already. And that's just a reminder of my warning. My warning is, well, Chuck and Judy, come on, God. I've been rocking with you. I love you. I've been asking people to pray for me. I've been doing this. And the next thing you know, I never knew you. Chuck and Judy warned you on what's going on with everything that they were doing. They're playing gospel music. You're having a godly fun, and all that type of stuff.
Our events, a lot of our events are open to children, so you don't have to worry about no doggone babysitter and this, that, and the other thing. So, the point of the matter is...
let me get to the cliquish churches, because...
we got to get to the cliquish churches.
Yeah, we got to get to the cliquish churches, because I see a few people on here that are very cliquish. You remember the woman was talking about the devil is starting to get inside the church now. And so...
Well, we got Pastor Lofton wrote about mixture. It's all trying to be mixed together, where, I can see more twerking in a church pew than I can in a club. I can see more crazy dances where some praise dancers are throwing money up in the sky and making it rain. How, so yeah, we got everybody doing everything. Bishop May talked about, why is there more smoke and light show coming out of you than at the arena?
And so what I'm trying to say is,
go ahead. Finish what you want to say, because
yeah, Chuck and Judy are trying to get all churches together, and they've been reaching out to certain churches, and y'all ain't want to bother with them. But your church sitting there, cliquish, got all types of devilish things going on. People are divorcing in church. When that happened?
Well, that's been going on for a minute. But what I'm saying is we're not turning the tide. We're not turning the tide. And in turning the tide, I mean we're not holding ourselves and or our brothers and sisters accountable. We literally are blinking or looking the other way when our brother and sister is overtaken in a sin. And I use that language because there's a scripture that says we're to go and restore. And that's what Single, Saved, and Serious is about. We are about restoring. We're not about cutting folk down or just looking the other way and say, well, Lord, it ain't me and it ain't my problem. Okay? That's why people come to me and talk to me, This is why people tell me what they're going through. Because I don't judge you. I'm praying for you, and I'm saying, how can we turn this situation around? How can we make a difference? If you've got a question, especially about a relationship, how do we make a difference? I remember when another person came to me and says, I don't know. I guess I'm just... And I said, you don't sound like you're ready to be married to this person. If you're talking this way, it may not be the right person, or it may not be the right time. And you do not have to rush and make any crazy decisions because you feel some kind of stressed, some kind of way. So the thing of it is that we're out here presenting ministry, we're out here presenting a movement, and we're out here presenting fellowship. And it doesn't have to be by church membership. Let's just go there. You know, we've got this church membership to the point where if it isn't in your church, happening with your pastor or with your bishop, you don't go.
And that ain't the pastor. You know, good, you can put it on the pastor, just like, you know, we were taught within a certain church that put certain things on your wife or put certain things on your husband if you want to avoid attending something, or if you want to avoid certain issues and things like that. Mm-hmm. It's just like at work, you know, you got to talk to my boss. My boss says this, and then you got to go through certain steps in order to talk to the boss. And the boss never heard anything. He don't really know how to answer what the employee has said to talk to the boss about. So for church members, that's the easiest thing to get out of a situation.
Says I can't do it.
Yeah, my pastor says, and don't you know in the Bible, it talks about how God don't like liars.
Never mind that Paul talked to you about, you talking about I'm of Paul and I'm of Apollos. Neither one of them people hung on a cross for you. And what we're trying to do is when we have events like a group prayer walk, we should not have to worry about whether we're a member of a church and to see you. We shouldn't have to worry about that. When October comes around, I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't know if Aloma and Charles are doing it. But when God Belongs in Our City comes back here, I shouldn't have to be like, oh, well, you know, this pastor... Y'all should be running for opportunities to put Christ in the forefront.
Especially the way the world is going.
You should be running.
Especially the way the world is going.
You know what I'm saying? And yet I see more people shrinking back, and having reactive kind of things, not proactive. And I'm like, we're going to continue to be proactive.
Every picture, every photo, every video that you post, especially you should put it public, so that everybody could see the will and the love of God. Period.
It should
because
be in
there's
your life.
So much evilness on world hip hop star. On you go to World Hip Hop, Hip Hop World Star, Hip Hop World. Okay, you go to Hip Hop World Star. You go to all of these hip hop websites and all of these different websites. You see nothing but the devil. But on you, it's like the only thing with some people, you know, that's on here is like, come to my church, come to my church. Them devils don't want to come to your church.
You got to go to
them. Devil worshipers do not want to come to your church.
Listen, you know what?
They don't want to come to your church.
We have the example of Christ who was on every mountain, every riverside, wherever, walking through towns. Let's go over here. Let's get in a boat and go over to Samaria. That man did not sit in that temple in Bethlehem and never move. Okay, he rode into Jerusalem. So you sitting there saying, you got to come to this building and then I'll talk to you and then we'll be nice to you. No.
Why do you think the churches are putting everything on live now?
They're trying to reach the people. They're trying to reach the people. And I'm sort of like,
you got one of the biggest churches in Charlotte that goes live. Elevation got 11 campuses, and he still got Raleigh everywhere, and he still goes live.
So literally, what we're doing is going to the people. We're not waiting for them to step in, because faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So if the hearing of the word of God is in a park, somebody could be convicted. We had that happen with Cuz Love Music, and I told you his music is like ministry. His music is like preaching. Literally, the lady heard the music and walked 2 blocks to figure out where it was. That's what this is about. Go into the highways and byways and compel them to come. I was just talking to Jennifer yesterday about the parable that Jesus gave, and I used to laugh about this parable. It was the parable about when the master was having a feast, and he told his servants, hey, go call my friends and family, go call everybody, come in. And the servants come back and say, well, we called everybody, and we got some people here, but the banquet hall is half full. It's really empty up in here. Okay, sound like one of our events? Really empty up in here. And so what does Jesus say that the master of the house said? Well, go into the highways and the byways, go into the streets and the alleys and compel them to come up in here. I'm not going to close the doors until my table is full. This is the Spirit of God, to go get the people. Not sit there and say, well, if you come to the building, we'll love on you. If you come to our friends and family day, we'll love on you. And we're not putting down what they do, but what we're saying is the battle is not within the building. The battle is out there, and you have to go to it. You got to go meet the battle. We're battling for people's souls. And it may be through our entertainment, and we may be through our dancing. And you're like, well, Judy, I don't understand. Oh, yes, you do. Because if a person sees us dancing and the music sounds really good, and then somebody says, oh, wait, y'all are Christians. Wait, y'all talking about God. Y'all talking about faith. Yes. We having a good time. Are you enjoying yourself? Yeah, I actually am having a good time. So, she says, when am I going to get some? Oh, okay. Be safe, sweetie pie. Be safe, Tanisha. They're having a good time. They're open to hearing about the gospel. They're open to telling them, well, I don't go to church on a regular, but that's okay. God is calling you right now, to say, hey, open up. He says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. Okay? And he ain't knocking at the church door. He's knocking at someone's heart. And that can happen wherever the Holy Spirit chooses. So what we're saying, and I know we're on here for a minute.
No, because I got to get ready. We got to get ready.
We have a funeral.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if the kid's going to get dismissed early or not.
But I'm going to tell you something. You just said something, and, we got cut off. What did you say? Not about, we're not trying to judge you. The last thing that you said.
I was just on the parable about making the people come in.
Yeah, and you said something else at the end before you say you got to pick up the kids.
Oh, you
forgot what you forgot.
I didn't forget what I said, but I was like trying to go back too far for what.
No, not too far. It was just before you said we got a funeral to go to and we got to pick up the kids. You was talking.
We were saying that Jesus stands at the door and knocks.
Yeah,
and he's knocking not at the door of the church. Mm-hmm. He's knocking at the door of a person's heart.
So everywhere that I go, I'm knocking down your door. I'm so sick of you. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you now, I'm sick of
my
you.
Baby.
I'm sick of the cliquish churches. I'm sick of, you're lying and you're lying on God and lying on your own pastor. I'm sick of you. So every 10 minutes, I'm going to post something. And y'all going to say, oh, you're going to lose your ministry if you keep doing that. Sometimes... God may put us in a place to where we have a small...
Hey, sweetie pie. Go ahead.
Small ministry. You can say my name. I know I'm a king. You ain't got to tell me that.
Oh.
But listen.
To your point,
God may put us in a place to where, a lot of people that are committing sin, especially within your churches, and I realize that you might be sinners within your churches because you're lying already. You lie on your pastor. If you lie on your pastor, you'll lie on anybody else. If you lie in front of God and you lie on your pastor, you'll lie to anybody. So therefore, God may put us in a place to where y'all might be scared to see us. But we ain't like that, though. We love you. I know him a certain way on social media.
He's a ball. What do we used to call him? Ball busters, busting chops. He forever like that, people. And I mean, what's the 23rd I should be at? That's going to be our second
open gospel hip hop open house. The same one you
And
went to last time.
Doghouse we're doing it again because we actually have people who are calling us and saying we want to come and perform, blah 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 blah. But we're going to keep doing that because again, that gives an avenue for people who want to pursue gospel hip hop to not feel that they have to go secular because nobody's paying attention to them. So that's yeah.
You said that about my birthday party. I ain't messing with you, Shay. I'll see you.
She came to the thing, and that's when we were talking hush.
Yeah, but she talking about, I'm coming to your birthday party. I'm coming to your birthday party. You know, it would have been on and popping if Shay was there.
Shay's a girl. I saw you all up in Miami. I'm like, when can I go on a trip with Shay? Anyway, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. You know, the community event actually empowered me, just energized me a whole lot because I saw small businesses, families, a community come together and just support people they didn't know yet. This is the first they've met us. My neighbors came out, and I'm able to bless my neighbors some more. So literally, people, this is just energizing us to keep doing it because we are reaching people. And that's what's so important. We're reaching them for God.
Yeah, we do this for God, man. We don't do this for
I
just
literally
church
have
or
neighbors. Look, I gotta
recognition.
make them fun. I got literally neighbors that when I come around now, if they're smoking, they put the cigarette out.
Oh, really?
I mean, yes, it happened the other day. The lady put the dog. She put the cigarette out. She was like, "Well, let me just knock this on the ground because I'm around." That's what it ought to be for every Christian. Let them understand you're walking next to someone who is connected to God.
Yeah, but your butt drink. What the world she gonna put you?
She was a neighbor. I guess she was just like, "What does that got to do anything?"
She knows you drink.
Did you hear the man? I'm just sitting here saying what we're doing for God. And he gonna be like, but she put the doggone cigarette out. I was just like, no, it's okay. Or the ones that'll stop crying. Excuse me, I'm cursing.
That to me one
That's
time.
Okay. It's all right.
My daddy did that.
Did what?
My daddy, put down when I came because I left when he was sick. And I left the house, and I think I went to the store or I was going to work, but I forgot something. And he was sitting in the front garage, and he was
I wish I could do more than that one. I want to laugh at that one so bad. They need to let us be able to like and love stuff. She's talking about iced tea for everybody.
Yeah, but listen, Long Island iced tea shit.
I guess something.
Listen, but Daddy had his cigarette.
We bad.
Daddy had his cigarette, and because I had to pull back around, so I parked and I get out the car. Daddy said, "Oh," he was just a smoker. He got out I got out the car. He was like, "Ah," and he threw the cigarette down, and he started mad. So yeah, that happens to us.
But literally, I was like, "It's okay. I'm not here to judge." But it's nice to see that people understand, and there's a respect level, and that we're about bringing that and letting you know. Look, you could move. You don't have to. There are people who are naturally energetic and dancers. You don't have to give that up because you have a relationship with God. You rap before. You don't have to give that up to have a relationship with God.
Like the girl all on social media got 2,000 hits, probably 3,000 by now.
Just pray for that
That was
girl.
a rapper last year.
She was a
but
rapper
up there
this
shaking
year.
their booty, shaking
This
her
year,
booty
we
in order
praying.
to get likes, comments, and shares.
Because
And I'm like,
girlfriend,
good God, you was a beast. Like you were cussing everything, every other sentence, but you were a beast.
Oh, we got an invite. Free food? No. Thank you, Shay. Let's see. I don't think there should be a problem. We got to see
What
what
time?
the storm.
Let us know what time.
Yeah,
Ain't
just
nobody
inbox.
thinking about that storm.
I am, because if they close the schools,
I
then
ain't
I gotta
thinking
know.
about that
I gotta
storm.
go. But the thing of it is yes, we would love to come. I don't think we have anything going on.
Yeah, we bringing kids and everything, bad kids and baby kids.
No,
But listen,
we're not bringing baby's kids.
we
but,
bringing bad baby kids. I
But
want to
anyway,
say something else.
go ahead,
7.
say something
Oh, you'll
else.
be done by that time.
Yeah, I'll be done.
Okay, but we just
got you.
living.
Coming.
We're just living in a world of hatred. We're living in a world to
Disunity.
where
Thank
people are selling their souls.
People.
For $1, or selling their souls for a paycheck, selling their souls for the devil. Period. So.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking about that brawl that went on in Concord We've got to stop the lost generation because it's claiming too many generations. And if what we do gets someone to think twice about the direction of their life, I'll keep doing it. I'll keep doing it.
And I am too, because I'm going to be all up in your face.
You know, literally, I'm like, we've got to stop letting people take that broad highway to hell. I'm sorry, I'm going to call it out what it is. We need to stop some people and say, look, by hook or by crook, some through the fire, some through the flood, we're going to just snatch you right up off of this highway that you're on to go to, you know, an eternal damnation and eternal separation from Christ. We need to be able to do that. And if this is our avenue that we do it, if we bring the gospel and get you to be reciting some other kind of lyrics than some of this other crap, we get you to move, and it's a good clean line dance, and it's a good clean fun that you go home and you ain't got to repent of stuff and feel guilty the next day. We're going to keep doing it. If we can be out in a park somewhere and make somebody feel like, hey, I ain't been to church in a long time, but God came and visited me right here in this park, we're going to keep doing it.
And let me say something.
What?
Now, if somebody we know can repent and feel that they got to repent of gospel music, that they had to repent of gospel music now, loud, up-tempo gospel music, but sitting there dancing to some Sam Cooke or some James Brown, doing routines, and you're over 60 years old and doing routines and dancing off James Brown, you know something is wrong with this.
But you know what my thing of it is that that person continues to need prayer. And see, my thing is, yeah, he call him out, but I'm praying for you. I got some anointing on. I have faith.
Know what I'm talking about.
I know that's not the point. The point is that the person. The point is that the person needs prayer. Now, yeah, he gonna bust chops all day long. I'm telling you, people, I deal with this all day long, 24/7. He calling folk out, busting. And as soon as he busts them up, I'm gonna be like, come here, baby, come here, sweet pie. I know he done ran up one side and down the other, but you know what? The point of the matter is God loves you, and we love you.
Gotta get to the office where Buck should love you guys. Talk to you later.
Okay, we'll see you
You always
later.
gotta go. She'll put 15 minutes.
all day long. They ain't home like we
she'll
are.
make a scene. She'll make a little scene. Hey, Judy and her king. Then next thing you know, it's like, I gotta go. Bye.
That's
but
okay.
Thank you
It's
for the
11:44.
love,
We gotta go because we got to go to a funeral.
Yeah, we gotta go to a funeral.
And I gotta get ready to see who kids I'm picking up today. So we
picking
thank
up
you.
all of them.
No, hush. We thank you for tuning in. Our baby is growing. She came out the high chair and walking around, and we looking forward to 2018.
And it's because of your sperm. Just wanted you to know. It's because of your sperm,
I don't even understand
people.
what that.
I was trying to make some sense.
Some sort of comparison, and it fell terrible.
Yeah,
I don't feel like hearing about
sperm
sperm left and right. But anyway, tell the people we love you.
Success, but God loves
We love
you
you
more.
more. Bye bye.